Okay, so hi again. Why is my camera so dark? Um. Anyway, um. Yeah, about tonight's topic. Wasn't really too sure what I was gonna do. Um. I mean, I've had people ask me about my past. As in, why are there no pictures of me from when I was younger? Um, Truth be told, I'm actually very camera shy. Um, I know I'm doing YouTube videos and I'm camera shy. Um, it's actually kind of the reason why I kind of just blank out for a minute. It's because I am really camera shy. Um, find it difficult to do any kind of public speaking. I took public speaking in school, but because I could not get through it without having issues with clamming up, I failed. Go figure, right? But yeah, I mean, as I've gotten older, I've kind of gotten things worked out in my head where I can actually speak kind of on a, small group basis, but as far as actually public speaking, that is pretty difficult for me. Now as far as talking on a video, that's where my gender dysphoria kicks in. I sometimes feel like I still look too masculine, and so I've got a hard time with doing video type stuff where, people see me in pictures, but it's gotten a lot better in the last year because, well, I mean, I go out in public and I actually have people who don't address me as sir, which is great. That's what I don't want, is to be called sir, really. Dry mouth part of my little being camera shy. But also on top of it, since I've been on YouTube, I've had a few transphobic trolls find me. Yeah, about them. They can go somewhere else. I mean, I had someone comment on one of my videos the other night that hormones fight hormones, and that they only work for, I think, an 18-year-old, and that I look 60. I could not disclose to you how incorrect you are. And that I was assisting Big Pharma. Yeah, you are completely and totally incorrect. I'm going to go into a little hormone education here. When you are going from male to female, you are put on a medicine called spironolactone, I believe. Never could pronounce it from the first day I was put on it. All I know is it's an anti-androgen, which stops the production of androgen, which is turned into testosterone. And then you're supplemented with estrogen. And like me, I'm supplemented with progesterone also. But this person mouthing off that I'm just feeding big pharma like, they knew what they were talking about. Kind of just threw me. I'm like, wow, what the hell? Okay, obviously this person has no clue what they're talking about and hasn't bothered to look anything up to find out how things work. Legitimately, I have been on this stuff for over a year and a half, since August of 2017. I have a relatively good idea how all this stuff works. Not a professional, nor am I a doctor, but I have a pretty good idea how it works. And I mean, where I've gotten to now on my hormones is way farther than I ever thought I'd be. Upon starting my transition, part of what held me back was the idea that I was going to make an ugly woman. Well, I was wrong. And basically, so were some of the people that told me that I would make an ugly woman. They were completely wrong. Because here I am. I'm engaged. I never really get called sir, which is a plus. I hated that. But as far as my pictures when I was younger, I didn't do a whole lot. People have seen some that I took. Like, I have this picture of me on I think it was a Honda motorcycle. Kind of resembled a Harley, but... And even still, when I look at that picture, I don't see me. It's not me. That was the image I was pushing on the world of who I was. People think that are not transgender look at somebody who is and think it's easy for us. It's not. My first several months of my transition, I did a lot of hiding. A lot. Until basically I would get liquored up enough to get courage enough to walk outside in something female. I hid a lot. And I had some friends who could drag me out, get me to go do something. Even if it was go over to the park across the street from my apartment. But even still, a lot of times I told them no. That pretty much I just wanted to stay home. I don't hide the fact that I'm a gamer. I play several games on Xbox One. I enjoy gaming. It's kind of a stress relief for me. But I would have people that I would tell them that I would rather stay at home and play video games than go out. Truth is, I think I would say that pure and simply because playing video games was more predictable than going out and doing something. Oh my God, my camera's light levels are all messed up. But anyway, pretty much I found ways to avoid going out with anyone. And And I had a couple of friends, like my friend Corey, who was like, yeah, you know what? Bitch, get on your best clothes. We're going out. It's like, do I have a say in this? Nope, just get dressed. We're leaving. Oh, well, hell, okay. No problem. Let me throw some clothes on and I'll meet you outside. But it was friends like that who would never back off, who wouldn't let me say no, who would get me out of the house. And it was friends like that who have actually, once I got out, encouraged me in a way of getting a job. When all I wanted to do was hide, they got me to actually go out and find a job and actually go to that job and enjoy it. Basically, I didn't have a simple, easy transition. From what I understand, nobody ever does. There are some of us who are already passing when we start hormones, and it's partly because they started when they were young. Unlike me, who started 28 or so. Had I started earlier, like way back when I was 14, I would have looked a lot different. But also back when I was 14, hormones weren't prescribed too much, especially to somebody that was 14. To someone who was an adult back then, it was a difficult process to even get a doctor to agree to it. Now, it's simpler, not insanely simple. You can't just go down to, your pharmacy, hey, I need some estrogen, and they sell it to you. No, not that easy. Sometimes it'd be nice if it was, but there is things that go along with being on hormones. There are blood tests, and those blood tests are to check to see exactly where your levels are sitting. When you're on your anti-androgen, they want to check to see where your testosterone levels are. They want to check your estrogen levels, see where they're at. My last test, I was way down here on testosterone and way up here on estrogen. In fact, if I remember right, my testosterone was a little bit lower than a cis woman. And my estrogen levels were a little bit high. But that's fine for me. I don't mind. But those said blood tests is also how I found out that I am diabetic. Had I not been required to take those tests, and had I lived my life not transitioning, I probably wouldn't have known. Truthfully, in a way, I feel saving my life by transitioning saved my life from diabetes, because, well, it could have gone completely uncontrolled, and I could have possibly have had negative repercussions from it. I mean, not knowing could have happened. That was also when I found out that I have COPD on top of asthma. That one was funny. And which has led me to now being on Chantix and trying to quit smoking. Because I still do wheeze and have issues breathing. And I like to walk more than a couple of blocks before my lungs start telling me, you You can't do this. So, well, I'm going to cut this off here, considering it's been 15 minutes. I don't want to take too much of your time. But be yourself, because you can never be anyone else. And if you like this video, hit the like button, possibly subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I hope everyone has a good night.